Alright guys, here we are, episode 85 of the High Performance Podcast. Angus joins me and we're back. Alad Barry 2.0. We've wanted it for a while, wanted it for a few months. He was on in episode 14, Mr. Junior World.
Was it that early? That's so early days.
It was early days.
I'm actually shocked he's actually come back on because we were pretty amateur back then.
We were super amateur. Alad, welcome back to the show, mate.
Guys, how you going? Good to have it.
Yeah, dude, it's good to have you. We appreciate the support in the early days because it was run off a shitty condenser mic, the High Performance Podcast, out of my lounge room in Bondi. Alad was generous enough to lend us his time. And thank you again to our early day listeners. Thanks for sticking around. So we had to get Alad back on, give him the proper treatment with the good mics, the good setup, and the fucking sweaty studio, which I apologise for.
Yeah, these chairs are fast. It looks fantastic.
Yeah,
that's it. We have ergonomic chairs. We have a green screen. We have 3 cameras, about 5 tripods. Got a laptop. All these mics and cameras. Yet we still can't get aircon. So that's I think
that's coming. Yeah, exactly right.
Just get the fan with an ice dangling in front of it. We'll do
that's what we need. But then I'm
Are you saying an iced out fan?
Iced out fan.
Yeah, we've been talking about money a lot already. So you're a businessman now.
Businessman now.
You've gone obviously junior Mr. World.
Correct.
We've spoken a lot about that in episode 14, so we'll probably touch on it again today. So if you guys want to, go back and listen to that after this episode. Bodybuilding coach, personal trainer, now you're doing the meal prep thing. You also DJ.
Yeah.
There was a brief stint in fashion.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, run us through what's Alad Barry doing right
today
now?
Dressed like Jerry Lorenzo. Is he out in fashion?
Yeah. No way.
That's on my leftover clothing. I've still got it in the cupboard.
Because he wears all black, right? Isn't that what every
Jerry
fashionista
Jerry
has
Lorenzo's baggy basketball and baseball themed stuff. Do you know Jerry Lorenzo, Fear of God?
No.
So Fear of God's like all baggy shit.
That kind
all
of really
the religious
pisses me off,
athletes.
though. Like a lot of the best male hairdressers, they just shave their head because they just want to opt out at any chance of criticism.
Oh,
And I feel like a lot of the
smart,
fashion designers
always wear black.
Yeah, just because they're afraid of that criticism. Like, stop protecting yourself. Actually, maybe you don't want to wear your own sauce, but.
Yeah, I don't know.
What is the vibe there? If you're a designer, can you wear your own stuff, or is that frowned upon? Is that like smelling your own farts?
Everyone hates him now, so.
Yeah, fucking love his shoes though.
Are you a Kanye fan?
On and off.
He makes you were though. I remember you had the Yeezy for President 2020 shirt.
I won't go into a story. Maybe I should.
No, go into it for sure, man. Go into it. Yeah.
Well, this is the story. This is a quick story here. So, I was at the fruit market just picking up some local produce. And I was wearing the what is it? The Kanye for President t-shirt.
Yeah.
And this was like a day after he says, slavery was a choice.
Oh.
Anyway, so I'm at the checkout.
And you're in Bondi?
Randwick.
Okay, Randwick, yeah.
I'm at the checkout and this black guy was behind me. And he goes, "Hey man, do you really think that, he's going to be a good president? Like, do you think that guy should actually run for president?" And I was like, no, actually, this was comfy this morning. I just put it on to go to the dog park. I didn't realise it was under my jumper. I didn't actually think about what it says on the back. Yeah. I'm sorry.
I hate how people always think that everyone's trying to make a statement these days.
Yeah.
It's like, why can't I just wear a shirt without it being a statement about my views on something?
Exactly. I don't honestly care. I don't really hang out with anyone anymore. I just do business all day long. But anyway, so this guy and I both agreed that we don't like Kanye.
Yeah.
And I told him, hey, why don't you get a texter and cross it out? No Kanye.
Yeah, and you can wear it around.
And he did. He did it he filmed it on his phone and went, on social media and stuff.
Did you shout out Bondi Meal Prep? Did it go
viral?
No,
he didn't incorporate the branding at all.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, look, it would take, I suppose he's African American, so he probably felt quite strongly about that, which is fair enough, but I just wouldn't bring it up. I don't know what it would take to offend me.
It was the day after, maybe it was still
it was a bit fresh, true. But I'm just trying to think what would offend me in public to sort of stop, I suppose, abuse to women, children, animals, that sort of thing. Apart from that, though, again, being all white males, it's hard to offend us. Yeah, we're very lucky. Not much offends us.
But we're the one doing the offence.
Yeah. Not us in particular.
No.
But anyway, how is the meal prep stuff going?
It's very busy.
Because it's a saturated market now.
Saturated market, but you know what? There's even more fat people who need saturation.
Correct, very correct.
Saturated fats, healthy fats. Is there a keto option here?
Always. There's so many different options. You've got carbs, no carbs.
I've personally probably been a little too harsh on keto, but the reality is, if that's the diet that people can stick to, it can work. It's just that it's not magic.
Yeah, for sure. It always depends on blood types. if you have a lot of body fat to begin with, if you need to lose a lot quickly, if you're a lean guy who needs bulking up, it's always very different. So for me personally, keto works for me. It works with my body quite well. But some people will find that they'll just lose too much muscle on it, depending on what you want to do.
Yeah, that Menno Henselman Bayesian Bodybuilding, I believe is his company. I know he's a really big fan of it and tends to promote it a lot.
Yeah.
But then he's also like not that jacked. He's just kind of really lean. He's definitely natural. 100%.
Yeah. Okay, well then there you go. If you do a ketogenic diet and you don't have anabolics, it's going to be hard to keep the muscle.
Definitely.
It's going to be hard.
But you guys are mainly, from our last interview, I vaguely remember, you're just more to get people into the body shape they want. Like,
exactly.
Obviously, the meal tastes good. It's the highest quality produce, but you're more about sort of calories in, calories out. This is plain and simple what you have to eat to get to your goal body type.
What to do with my prepping?
Yes.
What to do with the meal prep company?
Meal prep company.
Meal prep company. I mean, it's just the basics. You know, you get your 200 grams of meat, your 125 grams of fresh greens, 150 grams of sweet potato or brown rice. So it's just the basics. And we made it taste a little bit better than if you cooked it yourself. You know?
It is the mundanity of like we're all personal trainers. We've all had, even Angus and I, like, I guess your greens, brown rice, sweet potato.
Yeah, it's
meat.
so basic, but
it is.
The company's there to take out the effort out of the kitchen for you, so you don't have to clean, you have to cook, you have to go to the shops. It's going to end up being around the same price anyway. So no one can be bothered to cook this healthy food. I mean, if you're going to cook anything, you're going to make it taste good.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you just want to pay someone, just make sure that when you go home from work, I mean, it's in the fridge. You're not going to make that wrong choice on the way home. Oh, I've got nothing to eat when I get home for dinner. I'm just going to swing through Charcoal Charlie's and you're going to standing there.
Fucking
that bird looks
Charcoal
really
Charlie's,
good.
dude.
Those chips look really good. I don't really want that chicken breast and that green salad. I don't want to pay for that.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's already in the fridge. We've already had that one conscious decision at the start of the week. Then it's going to be all there ready for you, you know?
Yeah.
I feel like the whole momentum behind the if it fits your macros thing is starting to die off because, I think we can all acknowledge that when it comes to body composition, it does come down to calories in versus calories out.
Absolutely.
But what's wrong with micros? Like, come on.
Okay, well, isn't that way? No, sip of water before I rant. Okay, so calories in, calories out, sure. But is there a better way to eat? Yes. Can you get better results with better qualities of food? Yes, I mean, because your digestive system digests it better and faster, and you can utilize so many more vitamins and minerals, not just for the purpose of performance, but everything around that,
Yeah.
So, if I'm going to have a Big Mac, it has X amount of calories, it's going to digest over like 4 hours instead of 2, you know what I mean? So that means in 2 hours I'm going to be hungry again after a quality meal rather than McDonald's. Same amount of calories, for example, but all the other crap in there. It's going to take 4 hours to digest, and you're going to be hungry, and you're going to miss meals, and it's,
Yeah, when you got 100 kilos of lean mass, if it fits your macros, can be really, really fun. There is room for.
Absolutely.
But for someone who's got zero
if
muscle
you're a
mass,
high-performance athlete, you need the best of everything.
Exactly.
If these 1% and 2%ers make a difference to your end result, you don't take any chances.
Yeah, exactly right. And people like romanticize the fact that they can eat ice cream and they can eat pizza and lose weight, which you can, but you have to feel like shit.
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. And this is what I say for people who want to lose weight and they really find it hard to stick to a really strict diet. I say, if it does fit your macros, then I think it's better for them to have a wide variety of foods because they can't not do that. I find it really hard, and then they end up just straying from the diet completely.
Yeah,
it's not keeping to the plan. So I think that more calorie control with the wide varieties of foods for people who struggle to lose 20 to 30 kilos is definitely recommended. Yeah,
and that's it. I think a lot of people write off those 1%, particularly in nutrition. But I think when you look at the cumulative value of a lot of those 1%, it does start to add up. It reminds me of one of my favorite videos I've ever seen on YouTube. It was Marco Pierre White, and he was doing like a video segment for a radio station where this guy was talking about like risotto, and he's like, why even when I cook a most basic dish is your basic dish so much better than mine? And Marco Pierre White hands him an onion, he goes, chop this up for me. And he does that thing that we all do where you slice it this way and then you just start dicing it across the other way to get it nice and fine. Yeah. Marco Pierre's like, all right, good, now let me do my turn. He does it, the exact same sort of techers, but it's so fine that he almost turns the onion into a paste. And he's like, see that little like 1% there? That's every single ingredient there. And then those little 1%, they all add up to the dish. So I think it's like, get the 99% for sure, but once you've got that, you can push further.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've got a good story about when I was in Japan last year. Japan's famous in the kitchen for its knives. So Beck and I, my girlfriend and I, were like, we've got to buy a Japanese knife.
Yeah.
I have no idea what it
good.
meant to have a sharp knife.
Right.
So we go and
What do you
they
do?
demonstrate. So no, I didn't. All fingers are intact. So we go and they give you a demonstration. And just when you go, here's a blunt, regular knife. He's like, chop up the carrot, chop it up, and then he's like, now chop it up with the good knife. Obviously, it's a lot easier. I'm like, wow. But then he goes, so what happens is you're not like crushing through all the little cell walls. You're slicing through them. So when you have a salad, it doesn't absorb everything and turn to mush. So the salads last longer.
Like moving, like no excreting juices.
Yeah, exactly right. So you mix everything up and it stays fresher because it doesn't sort of absorb and get mushy. Which I didn't know. And then slicing, and you can sort of feel it, like you feel how sort of not jagged but rough the carrot is that's been crushed versus how your finger slides across it. And I was like, oh fuck, wow.
I bought a new globe knife the other day and I was chopping some onions, helping out in the kitchen. We're a man down, so I
you jump in,
mate.
And you're pretty handy.
Oh, mate, I'm very handy with a knife nowadays.
What's your best meal?
The gluten-free spaghetti bolognese.
Okay, so that's your meal to cook.
But when I slice an onion now, I should put it on film. It's immaculate.
Dude, for sure. You should start doing
I wish we had one. Damn it, because we got the video set up.
You've got quite a good Instagram following. Obviously, most of them probably bodybuilders. Stuff like that would go down a fucking treat. I'm sure.
I'm just pretty lazy on old social media, I must say.
Yeah, true. Well, mate, hopefully we'll get a nice minute snippet from the video here, and you can chuck that on. Maybe that's it there. You just talking about the bolognese.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
I'll be slicing onion on camera for the first time. I'll just cut off a finger.
Dude, that would be even better. Well, no,
that's it. You got to upload it. Even when you're
now it's a red onion.
Red onion, yeah. Fucking tiger blood in there.
Can you take us inside the kitchen? Like, how big are the batches that you're preparing? Like, it must get... Is that a new thing to get used to, that big batch cooking?
For sure. I mean, you're always vertically integrating with the new size of the company. So you're always growing and you're always furthering production. So, if we don't have two big combi ovens with 10 tray stacks, then we can't use the kitchen that we're leasing. So there's definitely it's a high volumes now, so we need all the big boy equipment, so which is fun to use. And you've got blast chillers, we got walk-in freezers and fridges. What else we got? We got two combi ovens, and we got some. Actually, at the moment we're using this it's like a wok pot thing. You know how like the Chinese use the wok pot, but it's the same size. It's like 6 times the regular strength of a regular burner. So then you can cook everything really, really quickly. So it's awesome.
Wow.
We're having some fun with that at the moment.
I've seen like we've all been to parties in the eastern suburbs, especially Point Piper. They have the special kitchens, they're Jewish kitchens with the heater that's on all the time, and then they have the crate. Have you seen these? You know,
I haven't spent nearly as much time in the east as you have.
Okay, I'm just picturing that.
I'm right there with
yeah, you're right there with me. Yeah, exactly right. Have you seen those? They're like on all day. This goes to show how much money these people have, just running non-stop. And then on top of them is like pretty much what you're describing. Just so anytime you want, it's like they've got that time for chuck stuff in it straight away.
So what is it? It's like a...
It's a... I'm pretty sure they're like kosher ovens and they're on all the time. And then there's like...
They're probably sitting the food above like 60 degrees. Is it like for keeping food warm or is it for cooking?
Both.
Are you talking about the thing?
No, the ovens are... Hold on, let me pull this up.
It sounds like you're describing a broiler. Have you ever tried one of those handheld broilers?
No.
So, because my issue is... Like, obviously, when you have a really thick steak, that gives you a lot of wiggle room to get it to the right amount of redness you want, while not punishing you for developing a crust. But the cool thing about the handheld broiler is it allows you to just like poach the meat or something like that, like do it in those bags. What do you call it? Sous vide. And then you just get the broiler out, and you just like nail it every single time.
Okay, because it keeps the temperature precisely So all the high-end restaurants have them.
Yeah, you ever get into that? So do you do the fine dining, or are you like the classic chef where like all the effort goes into the product?
I wish. I mean, if it was fine dining, I mean, there just wouldn't be any margin for a meal prep company because the price right now is so competitive, around the $10 mark per meal. So if you want to do anything fine dining with a meal prep company, you're just going to lose money basically because you're going to have 100 steaks. It's kind of hard to do mass production on a fine dining level because in a restaurant you'll have 10 steak orders, but we might have 50 or to 100, for example. So it's hard to do that fine dining kind
It is tough when so many other meal prep companies are opening up, because I guess there's this thing of like, you know, you have to pay attention to the market and move with it to an extent.
For sure.
And then there's also the idea of like, you need to stand out as well. So how do you balance that? Like, obviously you got to try to bring better and better value every time.
You know, you got to stick to the plan. You know what I mean? So if you have a strong message in your branding, like we do, like our whole company is completely biodegradable, going from the cardboard box that it comes in to the wool that it's wrapped in to insulate the temperature. To the boxes that the meals itself is packed in, and the plastic bag, which is like a biodegradable one. Everything we use is completely biodegradable. So that for us is huge, and great for the planet as well. And we're the only ones doing it. So that for us is a great message. But doing business ethically is always is not as cost efficient.
Definitely.
But I think that, you know, a lot of the Bondi crowd are into this. Biodegradable
thing. And being Bondi meal prep.
Being Bondi meal prep, we've got to stay true to
You
Bondi.
got it. That's the kosher kitchen, and this is a kosher kitchen. You got to keep meat and dairy separate, so you have 2 sinks for meat and dairy. Blah blah. I can't find anything.
Can they
actually have
have
a kitchen's always hot.
Can they combine them in a meal? Is that still
you
kosher?
can. But hold on. No, I think I read you've got to have separate plates.
But when kosher company is doing the catering, they actually have to have a rabbi in the actual kitchen at the same time.
Yeah, got to bless the meat.
So they have to bless all the meat and the equipment.
You do it like Age of Empires style though, where you type in Hoya Hoya, get it done real quick. No? So, you know when you remember Age of Empires, right? The greatest thing to ever come in a cereal box.
Yeah, for sure.
And there was all the cheats. There was Big Daddy to get the car with the rockets.
And
there was like the Laser Man thing. And then there was Hoya Hoya, where you could just supercharge your priests. Because priests were typically useless in Age of Empires. But then what you do is you type in Hoya Hoya and you make a shit ton of priests. And instead of just going and destroying the other camp, you just go convert all their shit.
That would be faster. Maybe they can just like bless the door and leave.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as you walk in,
there's an hourly rate for hanging around. It's awesome. I want to be a rabbi that just blesses stuff.
Is that tax free as well?
Sorry?
Oh, for sure it'd be cash in hand. That particular community would be heavily reliant on cash flow, I think,
for sure,
and tax free. But yeah, I can't find anything on the oven that's always hot, so leave it with me and I will find that out. But yeah, this is definitely a kosher kitchen. I need to find out why that oven is always switched on.
Yeah, what's the deal with that?
Look, well, for us, very wealthy family.
With food safety standards, if you're going to keep food, on site that's already cooked for grabbing at any time within maybe 12-hour period, it always has to remain over 60 degrees. So maybe that'll be keeping the food warm.
Could be, yeah.
Is that sort of the next step in meal prep? You think like a bit more of an on-demand thing?
Oh, you know what? Don't say that now.
Okay, we'll bleep it out.
Yeah,
this is something we'll get off of Barry 3.0.
Barry 3.0, but well, that's a good business idea. I'm not going to talk about it yet.
Yeah, to yourself. Stew on that for a bit. What are the common mistakes you see people make at home when they're doing their own meal prep? Like, especially guys, we all see it on our Instagram.
Yep.
People going, doing meal prep is like broccoli, brown rice, chicken, and then like 50 containers of that.
Okay, and they're all plastic, right?
100%.
Well, with Bondi meal prep, they're completely biodegradable. So what's the common errors that they do?
Yeah, just like a couple of tips or 3 errors you might see or hear
Probably
about.
just making shit food that they end up
eating
and
throwing
as
in the bin. You guys said earlier, I saw those 1%ers. So the way you cut the onion, what do you cook first? Do you cook with olive oil? Do you cook with canola oil? Do you cook it with fresh garlic? Do you use garlic powder? I mean, all these little things, they do add up to the end of the dish, but I can't tell you my recipes, and everyone's going to be cooking.
Exactly, true. So obviously, good utensils and then quality ingredients.
I think.
Do you have the pad, Oscar?
The meat produce is very important. I think we especially with beef, you can really taste the difference. We use grass-fed beef from the Southern Highlands, so it's quite delicious. But with the chicken, I mean, you can't really taste the difference. I can't at least, but for
that's
them,
interesting. So beef, you find very much there's a big discrepancy with taste.
Yeah.
I actually,
especially with the minces,
now that you've said that, I sort of probably noticed that as well.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I notice it a lot with sausages, like snags for the most part.
Oh, they get like gristly bits in it.
Yeah, so snags from
where they've
Coles,
just thrown in like the hoof.
Yeah, it's
like,
just
hey,
shit.
there's a bone here.
Whereas if you go to your local butcher, obviously you get a bigger range. They seem to use a good butcher will use whatever is there. Yeah, it's great. It's not as oily. not as, I guess, synthetic tasting.
Yeah, and it's not mass produced, so they don't cut those small corners to make the margin. Yeah,
because that's the thing as well. Like, you can cook a meal and have it fresh, and that's one thing. But then a lot of I notice, at least with my leftovers, sometimes the leftovers, you do have that like residual oil and stuff like that.
Yeah. So we drain all our meat after we cook it as well. So you're gonna get like a almost stripped fat beef. So I mean, if you get like a 95% cut lean beef, it's just going to taste really dry and gross. So you want to get like the 85 to 90%. So it's still only about 10 grams of fat per serve. So it's still lean and it still holds those flavors.
Interesting. Is that something a lot of like people prepping for a bodybuilding comp would think about, or would they just
prepping for bodybuilding comp, you pretty much can't have beef.
No beef.
No.
Too high in fat.
Too high in fat.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I know a lot of people are doing it wrong.
Yeah, I mean, it depends how serious you want to take it.
Yeah.
If you're already really lean, you can have a steak a day. I mean, it just really depends on how your body is, what level you're at, how much fat you need to lose.
Because I remember that was Ulysses' whole thing, the nattiest guy on the planet. He was like, he ate exclusively chicken, but then apparently the night before the show, he would have a big steak. But then he also said he was natty, so I don't know how seriously
he is
take
like,
that.
come on.
Is that true? Have you seen the piece in the posing tops as well?
Dude, I wish I could show you. I saw the best, in my opinion, difference between African Americans. These guys are all from Liberia. One's a sprinter, just fucking shredded, jacked, and then his mate, who's a bodybuilder, is on gear. And for me, I was like, that is night and day. What I think is achievable, as natural as can be, then as geared up as can be. Angus, my phone's on there. Pull up, pass me your Instagram.
You have a fucking laptop.
No, I need the specific Instagram post though.
Just quickly while we wrap up, I don't have a passcode. I got nothing to hide.
Yeah, you guys.
Is there a Bondi meal prep position statement on cooking fats? Because it's something where, as I understand it, there's a lot of conjecture as to like certain oils start to change their state at a certain temperature, and like, you know, for example, I don't actually know if this is a thing that people say. It's like, vegetable oil's fine, then it hits a certain temperature, and then it's not fine. It turns into an unhealthy fat. Do you have a view on this? Or
well, funny you say that. My head chef just the other day, last week, actually told me I'm using cold pressed olive oil when I'm browning the onions. I mean, it's only a squirt just to sort of stick to the bottom of the pan. But he was saying that you know, olive oil, cold pressed stuff, it just changes the structure when it's heated. So
I've got this guy.
In saying that, I still use it. I mean, just in case you still get those quality unsaturated fats. I still like to use olive oil, but I think it's only effective if you have it in cold form on salad and stuff, when you're going to get the full benefits of that. But you know, maybe it is the same as regular canola oil or whatever. I don't know, but I'll just use olive oil anyway, just to make sure.
Let's have a look at these.
So this is the guy on the left.
Woo!
So he's a big boy, obviously.
Are they brothers?
No. He's pretty jacked for a white guy. So guys, look up Matadi, Matadi.
Is that katanas for legs on the right?
No. Alright, so this is his mate. They're all Liberian. You do? Okay, so
not one person, but I don't know.
You know him from the gram. So here's the Instagram. So guys, look at this
guy
up.
Snorts pre-workout.
I think you're thinking of Cali Muscle. So they're who I think is the limit. It's questionable.
Well, I'm trying to get in the side view there.
Okay, hold on.
You got that glare on the
Have
laptop.
a look over there.
Cali Muscle is a silly goose, isn't
Okay,
it?
so what are we looking at?
So the Sprinter's on the right.
This isn't touchscreen laptop?
No, it's a Mac.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, not on Macs though. Not on Macs.
Yeah, I have Mac too, don't I?
Yeah, dude, Mac.
We're like behind now, apparently.
Yeah, we are.
So
they'll come out.
So the guy on the left is Juice Daddy, and the guy on the right isn't.
Heavily tested, I would say that
I would say you can't. Yeah, he looks pretty natural.
Yeah, so I think that's a good discrepancy between,
so.
like seeing an Alad obviously has the best eye for it.
I have eye for the nutty or not.
So guys, if you have any questions, I think I can tag Alad Barry. Get that Instagram out there. He needs more people.
Post it in the story under the hashtag natty or not.
Natty or not.
Alad will keep an eye on that hashtag.
Do you follow many? Obviously, you're so busy. You probably don't spend a whole heap of time on social media.
I don't have time to do anything.
Is there any people you see out there and you just like stop claiming you're natural when you're clean up? Because it sends so much false hope out to people.
It does.
Like we've all, Angus and I have probably been caught up in that when we were younger.
I definitely have seen a few guys claiming natural and they're not. Oh, you know what? Even a bigger topic at the moment, vegans who claim they built their body on vegan food.
Good topic.
Oh.
Yeah, they probably could do
It's
vegan and
this
steroids.
guy's a vegan bodybuilder and he built his whole physique on vegetables. I'm like, mate, he's trained for 10 years for one. He's probably used juice for 2, and for 3, he probably ate meat for 10 of those years. And he's just turned vegan because he's seen a documentary. Fuck me.
Don't get any.
So I've seen a real life case study of a dude at work who's gone vegan long term, and I saw him the other day, and he's not looking the good.
He's looking
It's like, I think it can be done, but I think it's also like so much harder than what people make.
Yeah, like 500 grams of beans, man.
Yeah, it does.
Maybe,
It
like,
becomes
shitting
so
and
tiring.
farting 6 times a day.
Also,
Dude.
I just don't really like. I hate how people think animals are so innocent. It's like they're not that cool to each other.
Hey, we had a family.
There's no unnecessary cruelty for sure,
Yeah.
but like, I'll punch a cow in the face.
We had a family pug who would have definitely ate us
If it
if
came
was
to
small
it, you know,
enough.
if it stepped to me, I'm saying.
Yeah. Like, do you think you have dogs?
I have 2 dogs.
Do you think if you were small enough they'd eat you?
Like
Like if one day they watch
I think they'll
you
accidentally
shrink.
kill me for
Yeah,
sure.
exactly.
Yeah.
They don't care.
No, I don't care. They're animals.
Exactly.
People are like,
We're
oh,
animals.
we're smarter when they're there. It's like, I'm not above it. But then the same side that are saying, oh, pigs are so fucking smart. It's like, well, pick your side. Are they smart or are they dumb?
Look, in the end, I'm sure
But-
we all disagree with unfair treatment.
Apparently the little piggies
Absolutely.
know what's coming.
We're all against unfair.
Maybe not
animals.
Angus, you and I.
Alan spoons all the animals the
I
night
do.
before they're slaughtered. Just like, it's gonna be okay.
It's gonna be
baby.
okay, man.
I cooked
Yeah.
you real nice.
He builds that trust and then they don't wake up.
Medium rare.
So no vegan offerings at Bondi Meal Prep. It's
We did. I just didn't sell enough of them.
You got to, I suppose, to keep
Yeah.
everyone happy. Like you said, you got to have everything.
But
Every
I mean,
option.
again, it's business is business, and like the food chain that we do, and sorry, not the food chain,
Figuratively.
the production chain. I'm the apex of the food chain. You know, it's just so many different salads and greens to prepare amongst everything else. It's just too many dishes to make. You know, you have more wastage and all these sorts of things. So to have a vegan option, you only have like 10 to 20 orders of vegan dishes, and we have like 500 to 1,000 of something else. So it just stuffs up the chain.
Yeah.
So if they want to eat a vegan meal prep, I mean,
Bondi is not short of any vegan places, that's for sure.
Yeah. I mean, there was one. What's it called?
On Bondi Road, across from
It closed
the
down
wine bar.
across from Harry's. It
Oh,
closed
that
down.
was
Okay,
good.
no, I'm thinking of a different one.
Yeah, the place you sent me.
No, the place we went to, that's a different place. On Bondi Road is the one you're talking about.
No. It was called
Across from Kaleidoscope.
Sedana Kitchen.
Okay, no, different
Sedana
one.
Kitchen,
different
Harry's.
one. Okay,
Anyway.
that was a good one.
It was very good. I mean, I got wind of this fad and I wanted to try. Like, I like all things. I want to try.
You
and see
especially
what's going
have
on.
to.
I have to. I need to see what's going on.
Yeah, for sure.
But I did feel good after the meal.
Yeah.
Do I think
It
you
feels
should eat?
nice.
It feels nice. It's light. It digests easily.
Yeah.
Am I going to get the best performance in my opinion? Probably not. Do I feel that humans need meat and they've evolved with meat? Yes. I mean, that's how we've evolved.
Yeah, definitely.
And our teeth. It shows us that we're omnivores. We kind of grind and bite, so it has a bit of both. It's very clear.
I hate that whole like we're not meant to eat meat thing because it's like one, I think we are, but two, just like we're probably not meant to use like iPhones and stuff.
I used to eat like 7 steaks a day. Yeah, sure, you're gonna get bowel cancer. But
that carnivore diet.
Yeah.
Because I think it's Sean Baker was the guy, and I heard him on Rogan, and he's like, I'm so efficient, I've stopped pooing. And I was like, I don't know if that's efficient. Like, I understand like the logic behind it, but I don't know if that's the kind of efficiency.
I guess
we're
you get
looking
more
for.
done this week, but next week
Yeah,
you're gonna have
yeah.
severe cramping.
And you're not going to be able to turn up to work.
Supposedly he just released his bloods, and it was like not so good.
Yeah.
Big surprise.
Look, I think with those people, they cling on to something. You can probably make a lot of money off it in the short term. Maybe in his case, 1 week. And then get out to the public.
Well,
find
extremes are very
studies.
marketable.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I was
exactly
about to
right.
say,
You can't market a moderate approach. It's like people aren't like, oh, moderate approach, fucking yeah.
Yeah. Well, even with what you're doing,
People are bored.
it's
They don't like something.
the length of marketing you must have to do because it's tried and tested, just good, healthy food.
Yeah.
What is like? Obviously, when did you figure out you can market on your own back? When did you start having to expand on that and
Do
you
we have
go out
Bondi
to
Meal
gyms?
Prep athletes?
No, I'm the only one.
Yeah, good
Pretty solid
representation.
I do bicep curls 3 times a week for 25 minutes. That's about it.
Oh, I wanted to. We got to get into
Pretty
the
effective
bodybuilding
protocol
side.
from what I can
Effective.
see.
Again, 10 years of previous training. And this
Yeah.
is just the residual leftovers.
Gaintaining.
Yeah, exactly.
Gaintaining.
So we need to get gaintaining shirts made. People love that phrase.
Gaintaining, I like
Someone's
that.
already used it.
Oh, really?
I'm like so lazy in the gym, but I'm gain maintaining.
Yeah, gaintaining.
Can we steer this back to natty or not?
Yes.
Because I know a lot of guys, their whole thing is like, as long as you don't use anabolics, apparently you can still slot into the natty category.
There's so many grey areas. Yeah. Hey, well then no. If you stick a pin in you, if you have any supplements that change structure inside the digestive tract, then no, you're not natty. I mean,
and what do you think about guys
having food and train hard? Then
having taken steroids before competing in natural bodybuilding?
It's a pretty hard one. Because
that's why natty bodybuilding's a bit of a silly sport. It's tough because it's just tough because obviously a lot of natty bodybuilders who are genuinely natty and have dedicated their life to it probably won't like hearing that. But surely they can recognise that.
Yeah, they'll be pissed off with guys that have used juice for 10 years and they've come in and just won the show because they have a fantastic physique that was maintained with 6 meals a day and training hard.
Yeah.
You can be natural after coming off for 2 weeks. And then what you're using, it
just goes out of your system very quickly.
Yeah, testosterone.
Well, even the IPF, there was a big controversy when Dana Lynn Bailey wanted to compete in powerlifting in a drug-tested natural federation, and I believe in the IPF rulebook, please don't fact check me, as long as you haven't taken any sauce for 3 years, you're considered natural by the IPF standard. And it's like one of the biggest things, like look at every powerlifter that wins a competition, other than the super heavyweight class, usually the person that wins is extremely jacked. Like at the end of the day, as much as people want to pretend that being jacked doesn't make you strong, it actually fucking does. You know what I mean?
So for sure. I mean, it's definitely going to help. I mean, even though you haven't trained for the 1RM, you're still, fucking strong.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Definitely.
But if they train for the 1RM, they're even stronger, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, absolutely.
When you were competing, so Alad was 2-time Mr. Junior World?
No, I got 2nd Junior Mr. Universe because I ate all the plain food on the way over.
Long story. I remember that story. You've told that in episode 14.
Tragic.
How much were you lifting then versus how much you can lift now?
Oh, I don't lift anything now.
Because I swear to God, I've seen you bent over a row.
To the kitchen.
Yeah, I swear to God, I've seen you with my own eyes probably 6 years ago.
Yeah,
bent over a row like 180 kilos.
180, yeah. I did 140 like 3 weeks ago for bent over rows.
Okay, but no 180 anymore.
Nah, no way. Pull my back out, man.
I'm jealous of the fact that you're so jacked that I feel like you're allowed to do the loose form with rows, whereas when you're skinny like me, you're not allowed to get away with any loose form.
Yeah, I'd like to see anyone bent over row 4 plates with decent form. I mean, if you're ripping the weight, you're ripping the weight, and this is another whole topic. I mean, whether or not you should cheat with inverted commas.
Get into it, because you're the best person to talk about this.
Oh, okay. Well, I say 4 reps is better
for bodybuilding.
Yeah, absolutely. So, it's always, if anything I ever say is always to do with bodybuilding, if you ask me a question or whatever. But that's all I really know. But I always say it's better to do 4 reps than no reps. So, say you only program, not that I've ever used a program, by the way.
To the story I just posted.
Here we go. Yeah. What was I saying? So, if you have a program that says 10 reps of squats, squats are sort of hard to cheat on because it's just like
it's like how dirty can you get?
How dirty can you get?
Before you get called out on Instagram, someone filming you getting hard.
I guess that you could just go and like ass to grass at the start, and then just call out to your training buddy like, stick a box onto me now, and do like a 21 version of squats.
Hey, you know what? Your legs would grow from that, and they'll be effing sore.
Yeah.
But say you're doing bicep curls, it's a good one. You know, bicep curls, it says 10 reps. And you're on 9 reps and you're struggling. You manage to get 10 all with perfect technique, and then you put the weight down, or you could continue and do another 5 reps that look like rubbish, but you're still stressing the bicep. Sure, the first 3/4 of the motion is all swing, but what about that eccentric from the top? What about that squeeze from the top? Are you getting all that tension throughout the rest of the movement? So the answer is yes. And are you going to tear more fibers? Yes. So why not do it?
Yeah, exactly. But then do you see people taking the piss out of that and they're from the get-go
they just
around?
Crap.
So I feel like people read cheat reps and then they'll read it, not have it explained to them, and then they'll just be fucking swinging from the start, say they can curl 20s, but in reality they can't curl 8s.
Well, then you can't even train at all. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But this is the general rule of thumb.
Yeah, I feel like it's getting better as a whole.
How do you go... Because I know that, we know I think we're learning that muscle damage isn't necessarily like a mechanism of muscle growth, but after smashing the amount of volume that you would have for all those preps, how hard is it to get sore after all those years of training? Or are you someone who was always sort of able to achieve
If I didn't leave the gym...
Is that something you look for?
If I didn't leave the gym and I wasn't sore, I'll go back and train again. If I train for 2 hours and I didn't feel like it was good enough, I'd stay for 2.5. It was just the extreme mentality you need to have to build a big physique.
Yeah, definitely. And going back to cheating reps and force reps, if you had a lifetime natural bodybuilder, would you be pushing them to the extent that you would push even yourself or someone you know who has taken substances?
No, you can't.
You just can't.
No, because
what is the work?
You can only okay. So it differs. You can only train as hard as you can recover. So if you're natural and you're training really hard and you're eating 6 meals a day, you're eating, you're sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night, and you're still not recovering from the training that you're doing because it was so hard, then you're training too hard. So you technically will lose size because. It just simply doesn't have time to recover before you hit it again, and it'll just start to degrade from there.
And
so that's overtraining typically. Yeah.
Do you think is optimal frequency a personal thing, or do you think you can kind of give everyone a good idea of training frequency per body part that is optimal for everyone?
The standard once per week is recommended, but if you're using high levels of juice, you can do twice cycles. You can do twice per week, and change chest twice a week, back twice a week. So you get those growth cycles faster, so then you grow more quickly. So yeah, that's typically the answer. Yeah.
And for natural athletes, do you find obviously a more 3 whole body days opposed to running through the splits? What do you find works best with the natural bodybuilders, or is it all independent?
It's still one muscle group per day.
Yeah, still the splits.
Yeah,
just so you can absolutely thrash that muscle, and then just leave it.
Yeah. I mean, I understand. I used to train some people who were training under. I'm not going to say names, but come on.
Look, it's up to you.
Hey, man.
We want to respond. Get you both up.
A lot of trainers these days, the gurus or whatever, they read all the new studies that come out, and then they just give their clients the new study. Oh well, if it shows if you train these 3 different body parts, 3 days a week in conjunction with X, Y, and Z, you're going to get these awesome results. And they haven't even tried it themselves. They're just reading these studies that haven't really been trialed properly. For example, so I was training one of my clients. She was a personal trainer as well, competitive athlete, and she was doing like 4 or 5 different muscle groups every day for 5 or 6 days. I'm like, that's not how you train. And she wanted to do like physique or whatever. So that's not how you train. Your body just can't recover in time. So
especially maintaining that intensity for every muscle group, like that requires a lot of mental fortitude.
Absolutely,
you want to smash that many body parts effectively.
Yeah. I mean, bodybuilding. People look at it. It's really complicated. How many grams of leucine do I have post workout? Is it 7 or 18? I mean, like, it doesn't really matter. Like it just stick to the basics. It's so. That's why dumb guys are big. I mean, it's so easy.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That is so true.
You eat 6 meals a day. You sleep 8 hours a night, and you train 6 days a week. I mean,
simple as that.
Yeah.
Are the guys taking that we see on stage at the absolute highest?
Like, are they just chugging GH from the bottle?
Because I feel like
I go for a midnight drink of milk, and do they just do the same with sauce?
Because I feel like it's the guys are taking more like the big guys in your local gym to get to that level than the guys are
people
on the elite stage. Or am I wrong?
Okay, so when you see a professional bodybuilder on stage, you have what you see is an accumulation of all things adding up together. So you have, say, there's 5 points that need to be there to be created a champion. So you have genetics, which is a huge one. You have the environment that he grew up in. I mean, how much willpower does he have to push to those limits?
How much did his daddy love him?
It's a big one. I mean, I feel like if you grew up in a happy home and you don't have any rage in your body, you can't push like we do. You really can't. You can't push to the level where it's painful. You can't push past that because you're angry about nothing.
Yeah. So you find bodybuilding is a sport you need a bit of anger, because we see a lot of like surfers, even fighters, say they don't like to fight angry, but then I feel like they all come from a pretty shitty place.
Yeah, they have a lot of.
You find bodybuilding, you need that.
You need some grunt.
Bit of mongrel.
Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Because I've been a personal trainer for 7 years as well. And I've trained quite a few people, and when I'm trying to push them, they just don't have that grit. They just don't have that grind, and they want to try and build big legs. I'm like, dude, you ain't going to build them on the leg press. I don't want to just squat my neck hurts. I mean,
it was tough because I actually don't know how to use the leg press at my work, and a girl got stuck under it the other day, and she was like, "Help me lock it in." And I was like, "Oh, I'm heaps sorry, I don't know how to lock it."
I just know what barbells are. So back to being big on stage and how the professionals get to where they are. Is just genetics, you know, with
Work
a
ethic.
combination of work ethic, a lot of juice, of course, a lot of time, and a lot of focus for 10 to 15 years. I mean, and they haven't lost that train.
Because no one young is on that Olympia stage, hey? It's
No,
sort of
because-
no one under
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, no one under 28 is on the Olympia stage. It takes about at least 10 to 15 years
It's
to build that
crazy, man.
size of muscle. And they stick to the basics for so long. It's just a period of time before you can get there with the genetics and juice, of course.
I've never seen Phil Heath do Pollock curls.
No, I hate those curls.
It would be
Really
hard
irritate
as
me. Is that the one with like, the side raise?
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah.
Oh, it's rubbish. With a little twist at the top.
I think I've actually...
No one
I
ever got,
love the
no
angles
one ever
game.
got big biceps from that fucking exercise.
We spoke about this last episode
Yeah.
as well, I think, just like doing like that, exactly what you just said. I think we might have even spoken about that exact
Oh, 100%.
exercise.
Bodybuilding, I call it the game of angles. If you're facing the right way on a machine, you're not bodybuilding.
No.
On shoulder press, face the pad.
Face the other
On chest
way.
press,
Yeah.
face the side.
You know why they do that shit? It's because it feels better. It goes all on feel. It's all on feel. And it annoys me when I see people doing these Pollock exercises, because, I mean, the reason bodybuilders know best is because simply they are after the results. They see the results the quickest and the biggest. I mean, if you want to get in shape, right, then do what a bodybuilder does, just for less time. So, you know what I mean? So, if you want to get Olympia status, then you do it for 15 years. If you want to look good for the beach, you do it for 15 months. And then you get to that level quicker. It's just you stop after a while because you've already achieved the goal.
Yeah, it's just a
You know
long
what I mean?
process. And it would be a fucking
It's the
boring
same process.
process. Because you had, like, the best. You couldn't get better results from a young age. But then you had at least another 8 years ahead of you before you were at that sort of Olympia stage. Maybe, of course, you're an exception, maybe 4 years.
Yeah.
What was the reason you got out of it? Was it just you were sick of it?
I just didn't find it attractive anymore. I looked at like Phil and Jay Cutler, and I was like, you know what? I was always 95% in it. Times 120%. But there was always that underlying thing that was like, you know what? I just don't find it that attractive to be that big.
Yeah.
So once I lost that desire and I admitted to myself that this is not what I wanted to do, then I just, there's no point competing because it takes everything you got.
Did you have like an epiphany? Was it just like one moment?
Nah,
or
it took
was
about a
just this
year
gradual
to understand
deterioration?
those little. It is gradual, and people began to see me partying and whatever.
Ooh, that was a bad
Hey,
thing.
mind you, motherfuckers, I didn't go out or drink a touch of alcohol since I was like 14 till I was like 23.
Yeah,
I was like 22.
14.
It's like, I didn't go out the weekend, I just trained, I was in the gym.
I wasn't doing bags at 14 like everyone else.
Yeah, God, just once a year in New Year's.
You just had a real big year in year 9 and then you're like, I'm done here.
Yeah, I'm done. It's not.
Parted it out of your system. Were you a man-child? Because again, genetics play a huge part.
I was called man-child, yeah. in
You
high school.
were?
Yeah, I was called forearms, had big forearms.
Popeye.
Popeye, yeah.
How
Popeye was
big
one.
were you in like year... When did you start bodybuilding?
Since I was 13.
So you were already a pretty jacked.
Well, I was doing push-ups since I was 11, so...
Yeah, because you wanted
In
to
the
look
gym.
like Goku.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember.
I still do. I still can't get there.
You probably look more like him now.
No, because we looked
No,
at the stats.
no,
Isn't he
no,
like
no.
6
I
foot
disagree.
100 kilos lean?
Yeah, that's what he was. He was 6'1", 100 kilos lean.
Was it?
I looked it up for the
That's
intro
so
of that
cool.
episode. Yeah. So what
It's
are you
awesome.
at the moment?
But with cartoon shape, though.
No,
Yeah.
he wasn't. He wasn't
There's
the tallest.
cartoon insertions.
No, he was
No, you can't make
5'10". He was 5'10". I think Vegeta was taller, or someone was taller.
No, Vegeta looks shorter.
Shorter. Maybe
Vegeta
Vegeta
had
was
small
5'7".
man
Do you
syndrome.
include the hair, though?
Because I went through so many articles and I ended up on, of course, on Reddit.
I've read it.
And
The arsehole of the internet.
They found out, and you know what Reddit guys are like. So
Yeah.
they were comparing,
Love
and they
that.
had all these guys, and I think 5'10". I think Piccolo was 6'1".
Yeah, he was pretty tall, yeah.
Yeah,
Why didn't he just regenerate himself to be taller?
Yeah, God.
because he was already the tallest. Broly was the tallest.
I swear Cell had some height about him with that weird shaped head.
Yeah, he
Or does
did.
that count as hair?
No,
Or she is?
But then Cell, like that was Cell in his fullest form. I think was
His
Cell.
fullest
What
form,
was those
hopped
things?
up
It
with
was,
carbs.
no, you remember? There was like they had different forms. Like Frieza had different forms.
For sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think.
Well, then when he got better, he got smaller. I don't know.
Yeah. Whereas Cell,
It was
I think,
more
got bigger.
potent.
Yeah,
Hold on,
potent, yeah.
I'm gonna look this up.
Whereas
Different
then,
forms
I
of
think because
Cell.
Majin Buu started out a chubby kid and then got progressively more
Yeah.
shredded and jacked.
Yeah.
The evolution in DBZ was odd.
It's odd.
Have you been back to watch it recently?
Isn't there a new one out now? Like Dragon Ball Z something.
But like it takes a lot of patience. But then my friend was
Dragon
telling
Ball
me
GT.
like, there's
5 episodes later.
Dude, that was the piss. Go back and watch it. You can watch unedited versions on YouTube where they cut the long stuff out. So you can watch pretty much a whole episode. Example, that one where there's those big fight scenes in about 5 minutes.
just Spirit Bombs, just like
Spirit Bomb took like it made me late for school like at least 6 or 7 times.
Yeah, Cell had a few forms. They were called forms. Also, by the way, going back to Japan, if you love Dragon Ball Z, go to Osaka and there's a whole district dedicated to like Mario Kart, Pokemon, Dragon Ball, Yu-Gi-Oh! And I was like all guys our age would be, just obsessed with that stuff as a kid. And my girlfriend, our hotel was right in there, and she's like, I'm just going to leave you here. And just went, and I just went through all these shops, like built Dragon Ball Z characters.
So
it's, dude, the best place.
I need to go.
You got to go.
I might find a lot back for bodybuilding.
So yeah, exactly.
And then just walking down the streets and all you hear is,
big boy. Did that overeating thing?
Thailand, they're like, John Cena. I'm not John Cena, goddammit. That's why I had a shaved head as well.
Dude, is wrestling something you would ever thought to get into?
Nah.
Fuck, dude. Pull up that overeating thing. Have you seen this? This is how people would react to you. No, hold on, I'll get it up here. This is how people would react to you in Overeem in Japan. Very nice body.
Oh, this is like one of my favourite things on the internet. Are you a much of a fan of UFC?
UFC? I just like Conor McGregor, really, like everyone else.
Yeah.
This is
who's this?
Alistair Overeem. It gets better.
Whoa! Very fantastic body!
What does he say?
Very fantastic body.
Very fantastic body!
I feel like that's how people would react to you in Japan.
When I was big, that it would be the case.
When I was big.
I'm like 92 kilos now. It's not impressive.
Do you have like body dysmorphia ever looking back to what you were? Because it's a thing in males.
Oh yeah. I only really appreciated the shape I was in kind of like now. I mean, when I was at that level, I was looking at guys like Phil Heath. I was like, I don't look like that. So for me, I look like shit. I mean,
but see, for me, I look at you and I'm like, that's what you looked like.
Yeah.
But obviously, it's just not the case because again, untrained eye for myself looking into bodybuilding. Like I see 40 guys at Olympia or however many are there.
Yeah.
They look the same size. I can't tell them apart.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's just those
It's not about just size though, right? But it's like that's the thing for me. It's like, would you be a fan of? Do you think there need to be changes to the judging criteria to bring some objectivity? Like, could you just make the stage show 50% of it, and then just whack them in a dex and be like, all right, who does have the most muscle?
Well, it's just not about how big and lean you are. It's the whole.
Why not? I just want to see freaks.
Well, it would just be too easy. It's about muscle structure, X factor, all these types of things. So yeah, just the size, shape, symmetry is the standard ones. But yeah, I mean, if you whack him in a DEXA scan, you have Marcus Rule winning, but then you had Ronnie Coleman.
Is he the most jacked?
I mean, back in the 90s for sure.
Sure.
He was the biggest. I mean, then Ronnie Coleman came along. He was maybe. I don't know how much lighter he was. He was pretty bloody big too. But then you would have Ronnie Coleman get second or third. I mean, there's no way. So you have to have all those criteria to mark on.
Who's the GOAT in your opinion?
Greatest of all time, in my opinion, would be Flex Wheeler. He's my
because he's only won one.
He never won one. He got second like twice or 3 times. He got second, I think twice.
So is that just to your taste, or do you think he got robbed?
Well, he was competing against Ronnie Coleman when he got
tough era.
Yeah, you know what? You just can't beat him, and he just had the sheer size, and he was a smidge leaner as well. So even though he wasn't as pleasing to the eye, and structurally he wasn't as perfect as Flex.
You mean you're not turned on by striated glutes?
Striated. Speaking of, another funny story to do with that, what I just said. Yeah, I mean, Ronnie Coleman is definitely the king, but he just couldn't be beat in his prime. But personally, I prefer Flex's shape. Yeah.
And what's the story about the striated glutes?
Oh, I used to work at G&C in Bondi, and this guy used to always call up. I'm not sure who he was, but he was definitely a creep. But he'll be like, I'd call up, and he'll be like, show me your quads. Like,
did he know it was you working?
No, he'd do it to anyone he worked there. He'd just call up. He'd be like, striated. So I don't know if it was another GNC playing pranks, but it didn't. It like the guy would hold form the whole time.
That's gold.
Super weird.
Can we? Sorry, can we?
I know you've got to get out of here
just
soon.
one question before I have to run away.
Yeah, no worries.
Can you give us a list of effective supplements that won't make you piss hot?
What?
So
Or all the good ones. All the good ones just banned.
Okay, good supplements. Okay, so I've never used all those like pro hormone supplements. If you're gonna use pro hormones, just use gear. I mean, it's probably like better for you.
Oh yeah, just sounds annoy you.
You know what? I don't particularly find pro. What are they called?
It's like a specific androgen receptor modifier or something.
Yeah.
It's like kind of watered down gear, as I understand it.
Yeah, I don't think any of those really work, to be honest. I mean, if they do work, you might get like 0.5%. I mean, I really don't think that you see much of a difference between results when you're using, using any of those sorts of things at all. I mean, if you're gonna do it, just stay natural and stay true. If not, just use gear. Don't try and get all in the grey area.
Well, I think it's people just want to convince themselves so they can, as Ricky Gerard says, look their father in the eye. I don't know if you've watched the latest CrossFit documentary.
Oh,
they do.
Yeah, he's weird. They do.
Oh, CrossFit, what?
Yeah, I feel like they just want the medium gear. Like, instead of taking the whole bag.
No, Ricky's whole thing was like, but I didn't inject anything.
So do you know this? So Ricky Gerard is an Australian. He got second or third of the latest CrossFit Games, and they just decided to test his urine over everyone else's, and of course he had drugs in there.
Yeah.
But they baited him in. So the documentary,
I didn't inject anything. Is that what he said?
Yeah.
pretty much the documentary is like all them as you go through it, and they're like, there you go. I would never do gear. Every single one of them.
The CrossFitters annoy me because they're like, gear? What's that? Would that be good for CrossFit?
And they
I
look
don't
like
know.
fucking Mr. Olympia.
They act like too
But no,
naive.
let me fill out in on the story. So then it gets to Ricky's like, couldn't look my dad in the eye if I took gear, blah, blah, blah. And then at the end of the documentary, they go, he's tested hot. I'm like, I hope I never see him with his dad.
He'll be like this,
Dad, he wears sunnies.
It was so annoying because then Matt Fraser was like, yeah, he did the sauce because he didn't want to put in the work, man. He doesn't have that like mentality where he wants to work hard like I do. I want to do the work. That's why I don't take drugs. But it's like, the drugs allow you to do the work, you dickhead.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
He did the drugs because he wanted to do more work, and he did more work.
and that's why he beat you.
Exactly.
And so Fraser won. Supposedly not taking drugs, which is cute.
But the thing is, I feel like those absolute 1%,
Fraser never came on the show.
0.01% are in the sports where you're making absolute bank. Because they can recover without the gear. Whereas CrossFit, as great athletes as they are, and take nothing away from CrossFit, I think those guys, to do what they're doing, need a bit of help, which is fine.
It's hard to be good at everything without taking sauce. I think they should just not test.
But anyways,
I think everyone should just take sauce. It's fine.
just test it all at one stage in your
Kidneys may
life.
shut down at 50. You may have an enlarged heart and stuff, but it's fine. Just do it.
Would it help me dunk?
Absolutely.
I'm 1 inch off.
Absolutely.
I'm 1 inch off.
I
dunking.
haven't seen you guys in like a year or two, and
it's
all
about
I
a
see
year,
is these
over a year.
videos of you trying to dunk. You're just throwing things above your head, and I'm just trying to make meals over here. Like,
Have we really progressed in life?
I thought I was getting ready for a compliment about how much size I put on, but it didn't come.
I must say those biceps are getting big, man.
Thanks, bruh.
It's the singlet. Every time I wear that singlet, I'm like, fuck, I'm looking swole. Don't give it to
That's
Alex.
a great singlet, by the way.
See,
Yeah,
what my
cheers.
tip for big arms is you got to hit it from multiple angles because the brachialis is where you get the thickness.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck off.
He does have somewhat of a point there.
Okay.
But I think like juicy triceps will get that thickness too. Just
Oh, yeah.
like hanging off the side there.
Actually, Ali, can you give us a fucking sweet Friday elbow arm session? Because I know our listeners will appreciate it.
Yeah.
Coming from the horse's mouth.
Okay.
And then I know we've asked the 5 favourite athletes, but I want to get your 5
Is it
favourite
Friday
bodybuilders.
today, is it?
No, but I'm just saying.
Okay, cool.
This will come out next Monday.
Yes,
It'll
is it?
give some of the boys to dwell
Oh,
on until
okay,
Friday.
cool. So you want to arm work out right now?
Yeah. Just your
Sure.
favourite. Alad Barry's
Oh, the
favourite
staple.
Friday pump.
This staple was always starting with barbell curls. I usually start just with the bar, warm up the arms.
You're
keep
the only
elbows-
guy I'd let curl in the squat rack.
And my only excuse for curling the squat rack was, well, if you squat over 500 pounds, you can do whatever the fuck you want.
Yeah.
Get out of my face. Anyway, so curl with the.
It's like, I know how it works.
Yeah, the
Get out of here
hierarchy.
and beat you with this bar. So start in the squat rack. Get the barbell, not the 15 kilo barbell, the 20 kilo barbell, depending on what your level is. Tuck your elbows into your sides so your elbows stay stiff. Shoulders back a little bit. Curl the bar to your chin. It'll pause at the top, Do like two or three sets warm up, get the blood in there, and then progressively.
Fuck, I'm already done.
Progressively.
He's got foreplay for arms day.
Foreplay for arm day. Yeah. So and then after that, do an extra three sets pyramiding up with weight as your standard bicep curl to begin with. And always remembering what I said earlier in the segment that
When do you start swinging?
Okay. Only start swinging on those last couple of working sets when you're push and struggle to get to 9 to 10 reps, and then I want you to swing for another 5. Just watch your back.
Yeah, fuck.
Or any injuries.
No supinated power cleans.
No. I don't know what it is, but anyway, I've never done that before. I just do curls. So next exercise, just do maybe standing alternating dumbbell curls are fantastic for biceps as well. So just grab some heavy dumbbells, swing them. Basically, not too much swing, but just enough to get that nice kind of rhythm going. And I want you to curl at least 20 reps, not each arm, but together.
Yeah.
And if you can do 30, do 30. So,
Fuck.
I mean, if you feel like you could do 10, I mean, just do them.
Yeah, just do it.
Just do the
Okay, so
extra
it's all
10.
about feel and not cheating yourself.
Exactly. Don't cheat yourself. Don't worry about everyone else in the gym worrying about if you're swinging or not. Just swing the dumbbell.
Yeah.
Only past 20 reps though.
Yeah,
So
okay.
do the first 20 nice and strict, and the extra 10 swing.
Get stuck in.
And then to finish for the biceps, maybe even try the seated row. Get the seated row, right? You get a straight bar, just enough for a bicep curl position, and you lay backwards. You got to watch the groin here, because sometimes the rope can just rub on the groin.
Okay,
Absolutely
So-
floss your piece.
No piece flossing here. So just to show you, sitting up maybe just a little bit, and then curling to your chin again. And nice squeeze at the top, control the eccentric.
Yep.
And again, do like 20 reps, maybe four or 5 sets.
Was that because
Exercise.
you could out curl the whole cable rack, so you needed something heavier, so you
Exactly,
went to the
exactly.
seated, right?
Yeah, the standard cable crossover rack just wasn't cutting.
Wasn't
so
enough.
you're going to get the seated row, and just,
Go for it.
Just go
Fuck
for
me,
it.
dude. I don't think I could get through that.
Floss your piece.
Plus, I wouldn't even be able to do the lightest, but after all those, if I was honest, being honest with myself, and I'd be killed from the warm up with your strict form of just the bar.
You know what? A lot of guys are.
Yeah,
quite-
for
quite
sure.
good
Dude,
for that one, yeah.
I measured my arms the other day because I was like, fuck, I got some
You
long
have long
arms
arms,
on me.
man.
Hence why I was a good swimmer. I think my arm span's 193 and I'm 185.
Wow. If
So
you
why
can't
don't
dunk,
you
I'm not impressed.
So
He's like,
I'm
damn it.
literally an inch off.
He's got like a
It's
50-inch vert, a 190 wingspan, and somehow still misses every
fine.
time.
Look, I can pretty much headbutt the ring without the ball because I've never played basketball, so I'm teaching myself a
ball
skill.
handling skill.
Yeah, my ball handling skill is useless. Anyway, it's coming by the end of this month.
So before the end of the segment, should we have a look at some guys and we should comment if they're natty?
Natty or not? Oh,
Here we
my
go, natty
phone's
or
over
not.
there. Okay,
Where do we go?
We got to pull up our
Instagram.
favourite.
I'm trying to think. Oh,
Do you need to get out of here?
Yeah, but I just want to. I can't show this one on the camera, but I need to get your.
Yeah, we got to do
Oh,
natty.
you
or
like
not. We didn't do it
walk up
last
to the
time.
lens.
No, this one I can't. It's too close to home.
It's too close to home.
Yeah, look.
So are we naming names?
No.
Who Angus?
Oh, I think it's natural.
Angus,
No, but how many years training do you reckon? to get
Oh,
that
at
natty?
least 7.
Angus, show me. Who is it? No, fuck, I don't know that. I don't know that bloke.
I think it's natural.
Okay, we can't say this
I think
guy's
it's natural.
name
Especially if
either.
you look
Jim,
like where he's probably from. It's like, yeah.
Mate, he's definitely natural.
very skinny in high school.
Skinny in high school.
Very skinny in
and
high
he's in the Olympia.
Natural Olympia's qualified. Not her. Fuck. Him off. Out of condition. Short.
Hey! Just bumped the table with my jacked knee.
Here we go. So we got a guy's reasonably short.
Uh-huh.
Angus, is that out? No, it's not.
No.
Reasonably short, about 5'5" maybe.
5'5". Well, that's an easy physique to fill out because they have short limbs.
Okay.
So it look like you have big arms.
Okay.
You wouldn't have to even work that hard for them. Because,
Okay.
You know.
So
So to
would-
fill out your arms is going to take some time. because
Yeah, so you have
they're
to,
like,
hey everyone, lay off me. Hey, my girlfriend's been like, you should work on your arms. I'm like, can't. Okay?
hey, these
Can't.
arms are for dunking.
These arms are dunking and
Not
swimming
curling.
and getting stuff off the top shelf.
Exactly.
Next one is Christian Guzman. Do you know who that is?
No.
Big Christian.
All you got to do is zoom in on the nipple. I need to see some gyno.
Okay, so this guy's kills it. Very good businessman. Has a lot of followers.
Yeah.
Hey,
Another
Just
business
while we're
built
here,
through
if I
Instagram.
did this is gyno proof, right?
Here we go.
Yeah, it looks pretty gyno. Like
Yeah, Angus and I are like.
You can even fill it out with gear.
I should do a cycle just so I can get some reasonable nipples.
So this guy's being
I think it's gear. Does he claim natty?
Claims natty hard.
I can tell, man. Like, yeah, you know why I can tell he's on gear? Is because how dry his skin is. Even the texture of the skin. Bring that laptop even closer.
Yeah, mate, go.
And you know what, natty guys, they can't get that hard. They just can't get that hard. Here we go.
I appreciate your appreciation for the cables running everywhere as well.
Mate,
thanks for that.
I deal with computers a lot. Here we go.
Because I got a few from America, because these are guys who, you never know, they might listen to the show, but...
I have a session.
We should have got people to write in. Fuck, we got... Alright, you get out. I'll finish up. Good to see you.
It's been an absolute
pleasure. Good to see you.
It won't be the last time?
No, absolutely not. Natty or not, coming in 3 weeks.
Dude, natty or not.
Here we go. I have a nipple here. Let me zoom in. Let me see some gyno.
So gyno is one of the main giveaways.
But everyone must remember that there is apps.
I guess that's yours there as well.
These days.
There are apps.
You can shrink, you can smooth, you can move.
Yes, there are. I know, because even the one I use to do a lot of our Instagram edits, it has like
shrinking your nipples.
No, but I'm saying it has like it's all blemish fixes and stuff like that.
Absolutely, it's insane. So you really can't believe anything on Instagram these days.
Yeah.
You can buy followers, you can buy comments, you can buy likes, you can buy everything. So a lot of people, they're just trying to scumbag around and try and get some cash, you know. Okay, here we go.
What do you reckon? Christian Guzman, we got him on the natty or not?
I just can't get close enough on that nipple. Maybe he's taking...
So you find the nipple... What are the big giveaways?
I did get giveaways is the gyno. But also just the texture of the skin, bit of acne on the back. He could be natural. It's sort of hard to tell with guys this size because it's not overly big. It's not overly big. He could very well be natural. I don't know if he's been natural his whole life, but didn't you say he used to be skinny?
No, that was that other guy. Yeah, this guy used to be quite skinny as well.
He fits in regular clothes, so you know what? It's definitely a hard one, and you also look for little scar tissue lumps in their shoulders as well.
Those quick where they fill out real quick.
No, I mean like from the gear. As you stab in the syringe, you can get like little lumps of scar tissue.
All right, I got the next one as well.
I can see it. Here we go. Look.
Okay.
There's a bit of lumping in the shadow of the shoulder there. That's definitely
some sort of sauce.
Some sort of
sauce.
Okay,
I see it.
You see that?
Yeah. Alright, interesting, guys. So here we go. The next one I have is a guy I've followed. These guys have all built a really good following, and I think obviously it lends itself to it. Like, you want to look good for the gram. I can understand why they want to do it. I don't know why. I feel like certain ones would get
do what you want, just don't claim otherwise.
Exactly.
Like fake people.
Giving people false hope.
False hope.
The online coach is another one. He's been training for a bit longer. I think that's what he's the online.
Are these people in Australia? Are they going to hate me?
No, dude. These are all American guys. So the online coach, go through this guy's gram. He's quite short as well. You guys can look these up. Look, I don't think they care. People speculate about these guys being natty or not all the time.
Natural. There we go.
These guys both claim natural. This guy's done a lot of shows. I think he's got his pro. Yeah, he's the original. Again, has a good business. I've watched his YouTube channel in the past. I don't necessarily think he's selling people bad things, except for trying to convince people that he's never taken sauce.
He's looking pretty big.
Dude, he looks pretty swole.
Looks pretty big. Asian guy, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. You know what? I'm going to say he's natural.
You gotta say he's natural?
Yeah.
Wow, he's fucking swole. Shout out to you. I think his name's Raymond. Shout out to you, Raymond. Natty.
I think he is because, you know what? He's not as hard as the other guy. And that graininess that you see in some guys, that grainy hard muscle, that's very hard to achieve naturally. And this guy is a bit more smooth, a bit more believable.
I think he's been training here for longer. Because that Christian Guzman guy's a bit younger.
Is he?
He's like 34.
There you go. So he's probably trained for like 15 years, this guy.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to rip him. I
definitely
believe he's natural.
Okay, I'm trying to think who's one more, a big one. Alright, I know one who I'm pretty sure is natural. This guy is, I think, the same age as that guy I just showed you. Fuck, what's his name? Student Aesthetics. He's a...
Yep.
Have you heard of him?
No. But again, remember that all these natural physiques that look like they're using gear, they're probably trained for 10 years, plus they have good genetics.
Well, I know this guy's quite young.
Okay.
Is this going to come up with the fuck's he
and let's just say if you're over 100 kilos and you're less than 10% body fat, not higher than 6 foot, and you claim natural, I don't believe you.
Oh yeah, that's good.
So 100 kilos, under 6 foot,
yep,
10% body fat, I don't believe you.
Okay, that's interesting.
It's a good standard.
Fuck, where is this guy? Okay, here's his fan page. I don't know how to pronounce his Yeah, this guy's definitely natural. There's 2 pics of him. I can't find him. He's got a big following as well.
And he's young, huh?
Yeah, 20, maybe 24, 23, 24. So guys, you can all look these guys up. Student Aesthetics, you've probably heard of him.
This is the wrong one. This one's got 8 followers.
Yeah, I know. I can't find it because he changed his name.
I changed his name.
Yeah, and I can't pull up my phone. Yeah.
Everyone can't find you anymore.
I know,
Here
it's
we go.
hard to find. I can pull up his
Open
YouTube
this
channel.
up. I'm going to say it's natural.
Yeah, I think he's natural. There you go, guys. So it's interesting. I should have asked for righties because I don't follow that many of these guys. I'm trying to think who else are the big ones. Anyone you've seen in particular and they're like...
I know a lot of guys who don't say they use gear or don't use gear.
Is this personal? Personally, you know?
It's just like... Oh, no. I mean, like, just like... So, say, for example, like Tavi Castro on Instagram.
Yes.
He definitely uses gear, but he doesn't say he does or he doesn't.
Yeah.
Which is cool, but he claims he leads a fulfilling, healthy life.
Yeah, yeah.
He's killing it or whatever.
Yeah.
But, mate, the guy's on the gear year-round.
Do you know he's
sure.
like an aeroplane engineer or something as well?
Oh, Instagram.
Maybe he's lying about
Who
that
knows,
as well.
man? Who knows? I mean,
Actually,
if he is, congratulations on you. You worked hard.
What
But,
about
I just
like
don't-
women? Women on Instagram, like Callie Burns, Lawrence Simpson, those guys.
Yep.
Do you think it's pretty prominent? Because I feel like it's easier to convince women that they're not taking anything. Obviously, these people are local.
I think with the
personally.
women, it's sort of easy to tell because their voice deepens.
Okay.
They have bad skin. The texture's all messed up.
Yep.
They get big or strong out of nowhere. They start winning shows.
Yeah. Do you think it's reasonable for a
They
girl?
look really watery. Their face gets a bit bloated. You can really see the effects on women.
So, what do you think about like a girl, who's like 5'6", sitting like insanely low body fat percentage, squatting 140 a couple of weeks out from a show? That's surely a good way for
that's either genetic freak or some shit I've never heard of.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I couldn't even score 140 a couple of weeks out from a show.
Yeah.
Again, I mean, it's always hard to say, but there's definitely speculations on those stats. But,
look, it's always an interesting topic because
with the correct technique, I mean, as you know, I mean, you can get some big numbers. I mean, she's not doing like tens of reps. It's one or two. I mean, it's always hard to tell.
Alright, what do you think? So I'm quite skinny. I'm 6'1". I'm always a tendency I can stay lean easy.
Yep.
Hard for me to put on muscle. Not that that's ever really my goal for training. If I did everything I needed to, like took the perfect cycle of steroids, trained perfectly, rested perfectly, ate perfectly for the next 24 months, 2 years, and did a show, how big on stage do you think I could get?
How much do you weigh now?
I'm about 83 at the moment.
We could probably get back to that weight.
Okay, so that, but obviously looking just a lot bigger. There you go. So it's still pretty hard.
You could, absolutely. You could probably gain. I think you probably gain 10 kilos of muscle.
Okay.
But then you'd have to lose 10 kilos of fat when you get that.
Yeah. So I'd get to 100 kilos.
You probably get to around 100 kilos, and then you'd probably cut back to about 83 again.
Crazy.
So you'd look fantastic.
Yeah, for sure.
But you'll be around the same weight.
And then another, let's say 4 years then.
Yep.
What could we do then? Again, I'm still doing everything I need to in terms of illegal supplements. I'm eating as best as I can. I haven't partied. I'm sleeping.
Yeah, you can maybe add another 6 or 7 kilos to that.
It just goes to show people how it's hard. Like it's not like you're gonna jab.
No, there's no. As Arnold Schwarzenegger says, he's got this new t-shirt and hat. There's no magic pill.
Yeah,
there's no magic pill.
Yeah,
I mean the work ethic's just the same. It's just the end product just looks a little bit more jacked.
Yeah,
really.
Dude, it's been a great interview,
mate. Good to come in again.
Let's.
Congratulations on the new studio,
mate. Thank you very much. I'm
fantastic.
I'm walking here. I'm still stoked with it. It's like I've got a new car again. Before we get you out of here, we haven't asked you. We've got 2 new questions. Obviously, we've spoken about your 5 favorite athletes of all time before.
Yep.
Who is someone you would have rap about you?
Yep.
And what would they reference when they were rapping about you?
Who would they reference?
No. So someone's rapping about Alan Barry.
Yep.
Who is it, and what would they say? Any rapper.
This guy's awesome. They usually just talk about my titles, really, and have you seen how jacked this guy is? Oh, you mean what? Okay, I guess so. That used to how it used to always be. Yeah. Absolutely, yeah. So future IFBB pro. You see the size of this guy's arms.
Yeah.
Now it's sort of like, I'm like that guy who used to be successful. And then he was like,
trying to reinvent himself.
Where is he now? And then you see Alan cruising down Bondi, and he's got his long hair and his beard. He's got
his Ferrari.
His Ferrari.
One day.
Another 5 or 6 years.
5 years. And who would rap about you? Who's your favourite rap artist?
I like Waka Flocka.
Waka Flocka?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's a good one.
Harder than paint.
Yeah, dude,
I like
no
it.
one said that.
Nah?
No one said that. That's good. I like that.
I like Waka Flocka.
That's a good one. There you go. I'm actually going to go listen to it.
What have you had so far?
tomorrow.
I like angry stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same. I need like a heavy beat. So I like 21 Savage.
Yep.
Then I like a guy like Puya. Have you heard of him? White rapper. He looks like the biggest nerd ever. Like beard, heaps straggly hair. Who else do I like? I don't mind Future. Drake is hit and miss with me. We've had a lot of people have said Drake.
Yeah.
So that's why I really
don't know if
respect
he's a rapper. He's more of a whinger. You know what I mean?
Yeah, correct.
Hey, but great beats though.
Yeah.
Great, fantastic beats.
No one said Kanye. We've had Eminem, of course.
I mean, he's a fantastic rapper.
Yeah.
I
But
mean,
not thinking outside the box. See, for me, Shia LaBeouf. And I've just mentioned this.
What?
Have you, dude? So you know Sway's 96.5 in LA where they get people on and they freestyle?
oh, does he freestyle?
So Shia LaBeouf's been on
What?
there. He's freestyled. Angus doesn't like it. I respect it. I thought it was good.
Was
The
it
guys
like
on there.
quite good.
Yeah, I think it's quite good. I've played it on the show before. I'll play it for you when we're
Okay.
done. And I don't mind Wiz Khalifa as well. But yeah, I generally like these. 21 Savage, his album Without Warning, probably my album of the last 2
Yeah,
years.
I like it, man.
But
Yeah,
alright,
yeah, go ahead.
last question.
Yep.
What's your death row meal? If you're on death row, what is Alad Barry eating?
What am I eating? You know what? Just if you get like some sedatives that in a pill form, I'll probably eat that too.
Dude, I love that. I said, give me a glass, Barbie. I'll smoke ice and go out on my own terms.
Just give me some pills and chill, man.
Dude, I like
Give me
that.
some ecstasy and chill on that shit.
Yeah, he's like, just go out, just not knowing what's
No
going
idea,
on.
man.
Yeah, I like it. I like it.
I ain't eating shit.
Maybe a bit of last Bondi meal prep meal.
You know,
Just
I
get it in.
don't know about Bondi Milk, but I'm on death row.
Yeah, exactly. All right, mate, we'll end it there. Thanks for coming on. I know you're going to come on this show more and more. We love having you on. That Natty or Not segment is going to blow up more once people hear this and we start getting submissions.
Yeah.
Mate, shout out Instagram, where everyone can find you. Obviously, check out Bondi Meal Prep, guys. Obviously, if you're not in Sydney, one day it'll be overseas.
Absolutely.
Not at the moment.
No, not yet. Maybe we could like blast freeze it and like ship it like frozen.
Dude, the
whole-
future
whole
is
way.
here. Apparently, Elon Musk is building tunnels under LA for people
I
to
know.
slide around
The
in.
boring company.
Something like that.
very boring,
yeah,
my
but to
God.
shoot people under LA,
Yeah.
which is
Yeah.
insane.
Yeah, I
so you
know.
never know.
Apparently, the traffic just infuriates him, so this is what he's doing.
Yeah, fuck, good on him. I wish I had that sort of money
I know, I
and
just-
intelligence to do something
I
like
know.
that.
We're just not there.
Dude, it sucks, hey.
Just-
Not
just-
many people are.
Just roll over and die. Just-
Yeah,
just
yeah,
give up.
exactly.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bondi Meal Prep, Alad Barry on Instagram. Anything else?
That's it, man.
DJ career?
Mate, it's under wraps. I haven't released any music yet. I actually released something the other week, but I sent it to some of my friends and no one really got back to me, so I have to try harder.
Dude, send it in to us. We'll play it.
I don't know, man.
Alright guys, there it is. Episode 85 with Alad Barry. Check him out. Check out Bondi Meal Prep. Alad, thanks for coming
Thanks
on.
for having us.